our KSM show so. Let the Sory abe can sembi. Or very reveal secrets via mean secrets will be any. A secret man upon a very revealing. All them said the removal of former Chief Justice Tokonoo, Chief Justice Tokonoo. Who said the removal of hair no and nam nipa ba ko peso na edi. Obi wo ha okawa no ohu na so nim nipa ban say na kwamina Afenyo-Markin and nam wono so particular nam wono so e de ba de na Afenyo-Markin aye ene nam so ntina e be yi Tokonoo efre so di wa ye enie issue happen e wo omayimu e de court ama oma Tokonoo summon Supreme Court judges near within 2 hours.
It's the problem. The minority leader was one of the reasons why I petitioned, or my client petitioned for the removal of the Chief Justice. There was a huge count which mentioned his name and mentioned the acts that formed the basis of our petition. What was this count? We said he had set a precedent, in fact, a record in the court by being the only party or being the only person who within 2 hours was able to get a full panel of the Supreme Court presided over by the erstwhile Chief Justice to give him orders that by the scope of the application before the court, no court in the world in the common law jurisdiction will give him. Now, in the course of all of those proceedings and after, people who knew the two of them.
Na asem ya kenwie asem na asia yenya medu court ye no wasem just chief Supreme Court judges in here within 2 hours per nobody asem na wie. This thing according to the Sory no or party say such an issue no it could not even happen even across the world. We are still be anywhere asem we betimi eti. Nti went na enam no so enoma ono ne client a petition chief justice said chief justice dia wo ye no ebo oman dia wo ye enye ni kwan so no every says asem si anas asem ba oman mu a it does a come anas a come the other partner e was say undi nukrem say be a Ghana ye moto say freedom and justice anas justice e be den e betime prevail na so anye nsanti no e na oma ono ne client e competition na nka ye die nim say Chief Justice dia why ani say travel allowances be one include to point any some other petitions be a war na dey aduan no na honorable Afenyo-Markin on them TV stations radio stations up and there and just all criticize this current government no say why need any and a whole lot meanwhile you are the main cause.
Really, they come from the same place.
Okay.
1, 2, when her father died, the minority leader hosted her visitors, and people who were there called me. So in some of the, if I had attended the next proceedings, the next person against whom I was going to raise that objection was the Chief Justice. I said, you know, all of these arguments we are having back and forth, and you are literally descending into the arena of conflict, is because somebody that you are close to is the plaintiff in this particular matter. Who was the plaintiff? It is Afenyo-Markin. 2, there is now information coming out that there are services being rendered in the judicial service which are linked to Afenyo-Markin. He's rendering those services and getting commercial profits from them, and huge ones. And so at this point in time, when Afenyo-Markin is making it look like, okay, there's a national public interest aspect of all of this nomination process, and there's some dispute and all of that, it has nothing to do with a minority position. He sold it out to his colleagues to believe that, well, we all have to take a collective position against this, but it is a personal interest. And so the facts that we have show that you have an interest in her being there. And so he's crying louder than every other person because he has an interest in the woman being there. I think they should look at this whole idea of prior approval. That the Constitution didn't say vetting. It said prior approval of Parliament. There ought to be another way of, when they look at your CV and they've done your background checks, if they are calling you for any vetting, then there are specific areas they want you to clarify. Otherwise, Parliament should do an acclamation and you go. And then if you go and you can't deliver, your appointer is there, he will sack you. Yeah. But they keep all of us glued to television. and we are sitting down there and watching a process that 95% of is a joke. If the AG says he wants a docket now, and you can have an excuse, and the AG is getting jittery, you can understand that you have even told Ghanaians that way back you tried to stop the man because you had reasons to stop him. 1 year into a regime, you are still investigating. So what is the basis for seeking to stop him previously? And the constitution is very clear.
Now, Adibagu says I'm here and say, Chief Justice, former Chief Justice Tokonoo, well, Mrano, you know the law. Mrano, you know the law. Why you Jumana for so many years? So how can you let just one person command and that's controls you to do such nyama and send fata who share bit me anybody everywhere akonya so. You see, I mean, okay, say, Afenyo-Markin there, Oguzo di ni minority, and then Shawu Tifi, and each and every day, be an unam equals court, unam court to court, trying to say, Ubenya justice. In my personal opinion, there was one that Why Archer, and who yasa over my Afenyo-Markin, Baba Cope, I had anyway this time. The Asema, Sory the buyer, and Mama Juma, I can say, Naya Junior said, no more way petitions there, and then I'm going one at the other. Not to know some previous years be a betramu, not you may be on woody, and you are paying any better junker, and Camino Benia Yenin. Hey, Ghana Speaks. Remember, referee said, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I on the other social media platform, and what follow me for more updates. Now, same way, the cheap papa, and cause a bra, a Benyani Niano Akosino, Bidini and Kanina Bed, Ebebro, Bidi Eddie B. Brown, Macram.